Hello, I'm Sonya Sophia. Welcome to the World Tapping Circle. I'm so glad that you're here with us. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up for all of creation. Today's theme is the star that you are. So this is a tap on allowing yourself to be who you really are, to be what you really are, permission to be yourself. So I've always thought that giving someone back themselves was the biggest gift that we could give each other, right? Helping someone to feel who they are, to see who they are, to feel loved for who they are, to feel like they can actually connect with what they essentially are. I know that the people that have helped me the most have helped me understand myself, grow into myself, feel what and who I am. So I imagine that that's true for all of us, that part of what we're seeking in relationship to others is to, yes, it's to get to know them and to love them, but also it's to get to know and love ourselves, to experience ourselves. So this tap is going to help you with any kind of self-esteem, self-worth, any kind of self-criticism, self-judgment, self-hatred, self-loathing. That kind of stuff is going to get healed in this session. If this is your first time, say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're logging in from. If this is your 120th time, say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're logging in. I'm going to say hi to a couple of people. I see the chat just filling up here. Hey, Gregory and Eureka, Marianne, Mark, Joyce, Morgan in Austin, Kirsten in California, Karen in Sun Valley, Idaho, Barbara in Bluff City, Christina in Santa Rosa, Catherine in LA, or Caitlin in LA. Tara says hello and much love to everyone from Chicago. Feeling resistant to this topic, but I think that probably means that I really need to be here tonight. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. We're like, oh, right? I know that it's not that fun to work on ourselves, but that's why we try to make it as fun and beautiful and gentle and creative as possible, because yeah, it's intense to turn and look, right? But it's more intense to drag that stuff around with you for the rest of your life and then pass it on to friends, lovers, and siblings and relatives, right? So we're going to go ahead and clean it up. Hey, Luna in Florida. Hi, Tara. I already said hi to you. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Thornton. In Hawaii, this is my first time live. Oh, well, welcome to Circle. Hey, Kova and Diana in New Mexico. Serena in Mount Shasta. Comey says, this is Maria from Austin. So excited about this tap. Great. I've got kind of a squeaky. No, it's not squeaking. I had a little squeaky chair today. Okay, so what I'd like to do is something a little different today. I'd like you to grab something to write with and something to write on. So instead of doing the core causes questions, we're actually going to write some things down. So quickly grab a pen and a piece of paper and come right back. I also want to remind you that if you have issues staying present during the tap, get up and walk around. You do not have to be staring at the screen in order for tapping to be effective. I'm here holding space, but if you can hear my voice and just do what I'm asking you to do, you can get through this. So we can go on a walk together. You're happy, you can relax in a warm bath with candlelight. You can just listen to the audio and put this video in your pocket, and keep walking and tapping. Whatever it is that you need to do to be able to connect with this information. Okay, hopefully you have something to write with and something to write on. So what I would like you to do is tune in to how much permission you feel like you have to shine your light, to be yourself, to be visible, to be seen, to be heard, to be you, loud and proud. How much permission do you have inside yourself right now to be 100% you? Do you have 100% permission? Do you have 90% permission? Do you have 20% permission? And just put a number out on this side that represents, and put it in terms of like 30%, 40%, like that. We're going to do something a little different with the numbers today. Okay, so that's how free you feel to be you. And it's okay if you're not quite sure, just sense it. And then underneath that, I want you just to draw a line, and then underneath that, I want you to write all the reasons, your yeah, buts, and what ifs. So we're just going to take a few minutes. The first thoughts that come up about if I were to be fully expressed as myself, what would happen? All the limiting thoughts and the negative feelings, like maybe you feel fear. Maybe you tell yourself that it would hurt other people. Maybe you tell yourself that people wouldn't like it, or that it would be unfamiliar and you wouldn't recognize yourself. So just take a few minutes and just jot down first thought, feelings that come up, thoughts that come up, beliefs, attitudes, and fears. Around getting total permission to be yourself. And I'll sit here and wait for you and get the cat hair off my nose. It's tickling me. So just another a minute to keep writing. If you're done writing, or when you're done writing, just tap your chest and breathe. Listing all the what ifs and the yeah buts, the judgments, and the excuses you have for why you can't or won't or don't want to show up as your full, shiny, bright star that you are. Okay, just 10 more seconds to keep writing. Okay, so looking down at that piece of paper with this list of reasons, I want you to put to the side of each thing the number of intensity, meaning how true does that statement feel? We're not asking if it really is true. How true does it feel? How much weight is behind that? How much fear is in the fear zone from 1 to 10? 1 being barely anything. Why did I even write it down? 10 being that's so intense. It stops me. So just putting a number in the margin next to everything that you wrote so you can see the level of intensity around each of these statements. Just about 10 more seconds to finish that up. It's okay for you just to be guessing. All right, so now you can see what thoughts and feelings and fears and beliefs are in the way from you being allowed to be fully yourself, to accept yourself. In essence, this is a tap of self-acceptance, to be what you are. And what we are, you know, it's star stuff, right? When I'm not talking star like I'm a star and they're the audience. I'm talking about a star like a sun. I'm talking about a star like all the stars are beautiful and twinkling and shining together. This is really about permission to be your radiant true self, however that is for you. Okay. Are you guys ready to tap on through to the other side? Let's go straight into the matrix. Here we go. Finding the collarbones, dropping down into the front of the chest. Big deep breath. Tuning in to these fears and feelings around letting yourself be yourself. Repeating after me, remembering you can change these words to more better suit your true experience at any point. Here we go. Even though there's a part of me that's afraid to be myself, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the eyebrows. This part of me, tapping the temples, that's afraid to fully be myself. Tune into it and breathe. Tapping the cheeks. Where do you feel that withhold in your body? That fear, that tension around letting yourself be your authentic self. Tapping into the nose. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping under the lips, even if there's a part of me that's holding myself back. Tapping the chest in an effort to do what? Look down and see. These are your reasons. And maybe there's a new reason that's popped up that's even stronger than those. What is the reason that I'm afraid to be my true self? Tap the front of the ribs, blurt out the strongest reason on your list, the thing with the highest number, or the thing that you've just become aware of that's actually the deepest truth. The reason I'm most afraid to show and be myself is, and then what's that reason? Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even though this feels very true for me. And breathe. Tapping the inside of the wrist, this part of me that doesn't feel safe to be myself. Tapping the side of the thumb, this part of me that doesn't feel that it's okay. Tapping the index finger and breathing. Big deep breath. And tapping the middle finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Even if there's a part of me that holds back, that plays small, that feels deeply uncomfortable, tapping the little finger, letting people see who I really am and what I'm made of. Tapping the side of the hand and breathe. Tapping the top of the head. There's a part of me that's afraid to even look for myself. Tapping the top of the head, the sides of the head, and the back of the head. And tapping the eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the temples. Even if this part of me, tapping the front of the cheeks, continues to feel afraid. tapping under the nose. To hold myself back, tapping under the lips. To judge myself. Big deep breath. Tapping the chest. A part of me really thinks, and then say that first reason that we just said, the thing with the highest number on the list. A part of me believes what? Say it again. A part of me believes. And breathe. Tapping the front of the ribs. Where did I pick up this thought? Tap the side of the ribs. Where did I get this idea? What's the first thought that comes to your head when you ask yourself that? Maybe it's beaten into you since childhood. Maybe it's how you saw your mom or your dad behave. Maybe you see that that's a prejudice in society, and so you're going along with it to stay safe. Tapping the side of the thumb. Maybe you connect it to another time and place before this time and place. Maybe it's just like, yeah, it's just a deep, deep fear that doesn't even make sense. Tap the index finger. I accept this part of me that feels absolutely terrified to let myself shine. Tap the middle finger. Big deep breath, tuning into that fear again. And again, we're not judging it. We're not trying to change it. We're just going to hang out with it. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the little finger. Even if I hold on to this fear and it dims my light, tap the side of the hand, and it keeps me from being who I really am, tap the top of the head. I can do this the rest of my life. Tapping the top of the head, the sides of the head, if that's what I really want to do. Tap the eyebrows. It's okay. Tap the temples. I can take this fear to my grave. Give yourself permission. Tap the cheeks. I love and respect myself. Tapping under the nose. Tapping under the lips. And I give myself permission to notice what I've been telling myself. Tapping the chest. What I've been believing is true about me being who and what I am. Tapping the front of the ribs. It's safe for me to begin to process this fear in my body. Tapping the side of the ribs, no matter how far back it goes, or how long it's been there. Tapping the inside of the wrist, I give myself permission to release this. Tapping the side of the thumb and breathing. Tapping the index finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the middle finger. Even if a part of me continues to hold back. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. To be afraid that people aren't going to like me. Tap the little finger. What if people don't like who I am? Tap the side of the hand. What if they reject me or laugh at me, judge me? Tap the top of the head, or try to give their power away to me. Tapping the side of the head and the back of the head. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the eyebrows, big deep breath. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the cheeks. I accept the part of me, tapping into the nose, that is terrified of this happening. Big deep breath. Tapping under the lips. What will they think? Tap the chest. What will they say? What will they do? Tapping the front of the ribs. I don't want to lose love and connection by being who and what I really am. Tap the side of the ribs. Big deep breath. Tapping the inside of the wrist. Even if there's a part of me, tap the side of the thumb, that's trying to stay safe by hiding who and what I am, tapping the index finger. It's okay. It's totally understandable. Tap the middle finger. It may have started, and then say when you think it started. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to release the fear that has been holding me back. Tap the little finger. Since all of this started, and then again, point to when it started. Tap the side of the hand. It's okay if I don't know when it started, if it's just always been this way. Tap the top of the head. It's possible that I've been told who I'm supposed to be my whole life. By my parents, by their expectations, by school, by religion. Told who and what I am because of my color, my gender, my sexual orientation, tapping under the nose, my abilities or disabilities, tapping under the lips, by different diagnoses, tapping the chest. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the front of the ribs, even if I've consistently been told not to ask myself, not to trust myself, not to be myself. Tapping the side of the ribs. I accept the part of me that feels sad and may feel lost or disconnected. Tap the inside of the wrist. This part of me that may feel worried that I may not like who I am or what I am if I were to really let myself be. Tap the side of the thumb, big deep breath. Tapping the index finger, this part of me that secretly believes, and then look at your list. What's on your list that we really need to say here? It's going to be something with another high number next to it. Tap the middle finger, this part of me that secretly thinks, and then say what it is you've been telling yourself. That if I'm myself, what do you think is going to happen? Big deep breath, tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Tap the little finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the side of the hand, and I give myself permission to release this stress, this imagined outcome. Tap the top of the head. This idea that, and then say what this limiting belief or this fear is, or even if it was based on an experience. Yeah, like the last time I really let it out, this or that happened. Take a whole minute to just blurt out the stresses, anxieties, fears, and reasons. Tapping all over the head, the eyebrows, and breathe. Keep talking and tapping. Tapping the temples and the front of the cheeks. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping under the nose. Tapping under the lips. I give myself permission. Tapping the chest. To begin to unwind and to release each of these thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Tap the front of the ribs, including what? What do you think is the most toxic one on that list for you? Maybe it's somebody's gonna come get me, or I'll never find love, or they're gonna kill me, or I will not fit in. Tap the side of the ribs, big deep breath. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the side of the thumb. I give myself permission. Tap the index finger. To accept myself as I am, fears and all. Tapping the middle finger. I accept the part of me that's not willing to reveal to myself or anyone else who I really am and what I really am. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. This part of me that thinks it's too scary or too sad, too risky. Tap the little finger and breathe. Tap the side of the hand. But there's a part of me that's frustrated and angry and lonely. Tap the top of the head. Because I feel people don't really see me, know me, or love me. Tapping the side of the head, the back of the head, tapping the eyebrows. So when we don't really share who we are, tapping the temples, we don't trust when people like us because what they're liking isn't really who and what we are, right? They're like, oh, well, you like the persona I make up for you, or you like the act I put on, or you liked what I do for you. But if you really knew me, all of me, my true self, my gifts, my fears, all of it, then what would happen? Tapping under the lips, big deep breath. Tapping the chest. I accept the part of me that's so afraid of rejection, of judgment, that I reject myself, that I judge myself. Tap the front of the ribs. So afraid I won't be loved, that I'm not being loving with myself. Tap the side of the ribs, big deep breath. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I give myself the possibility of allowing myself to relax into who I really am. Tap the side of the thumb. Even if I never saw my mom do this, I never saw my dad do this, my culture does not encourage this. My culture encourages looking good, buying products to prop ourselves up, cutting parts of our bodies off, stuffing our bodies with other things to make them look different, denying who and what we are. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to relax. To release this fear of allowing myself to shine. Tap the little finger. Big deep breath. Tap the side of the hand. Even if there's a part of me that thinks underneath it all, I'm just a hot mess. Tap the top of the head. I love and accept myself. Tap the side of the head. So just tune into what judgment do you have about yourself. Underneath it all, I'm a mess. Underneath it all, I'm angry. Underneath it all, I'm bitter. Tapping the eyebrows and just tuning into that level that you think, oh, the core of the apple is rotten. I want you to go to that level and hang out and ask yourself, what's actually underneath that? What's underneath the sadness? What's underneath the anger? What's underneath this part of me that feels rotten? Tapping into the lips. Check and see if it's a need for love, a desire for connection. Tapping the chest. I accept whatever is here that's been making me feel like I'm less than wonderful. And just accept whatever fear or sadness or anger or PTSD that you have deep down that makes it hard for you to accept yourself. And just name it. Tap the side of the ribs, this, and then just say what it is. If it's PTSD, say what it is. If it's rage, let yourself tune into that rage. Tap the inside of the wrist and breathe. Tapping the side of the thumb. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the index finger. And I accept this part of me that I've locked away and hidden because I don't know what else to do. Tap the middle finger. This part that hasn't felt safe or lovable. Tap the side of the bottom of the fourth finger and breathe. Tapping your little finger. I accept this part of me that's having a hard time loving this part of me. Tap the side of the hand. It's okay just to notice it. Big deep breath. Tapping the top of the head. I'm allowing myself to be where I'm at with who and what I am. Tap the side of the head and the back of the head. And breathe. Tapping the eyebrows. I give myself permission, tapping the temples, to release the stress, the judgment. Tap the cheeks and the fear. Tapping into the nose, about letting myself unfold. Tapping under the lips. And find who I really am. Big deep breath. Tapping the chest. Big, deep, strong breath. Tapping the front of the ribs. This part of me that really wants to know who I am. allowing myself to rest and beam that. Tap the side of the ribs. I love and respect myself even if I'm somewhere in the middle of this process. Tap the inside of the wrist. Of figuring out who I am. Tap the side of the thumb. And what I'm here to do. Tap the index finger and breathe. Tap the middle finger. I accept the part of me that doesn't really want to know, because if I did, what would happen? What would happen if you knew who you were and you felt confident about that? You felt peaceful about that. You felt fearless about that. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Well, maybe I'd have to do something about it. Maybe it would make me different than other people. Up the side of the hand. What would happen if you allowed yourself to shine? Tap the top of the head. Even if there's a part of me that feels afraid of that, because it feels like it would be, and then say what it is for you. Too much work. It would target you. It would make you really different. Maybe you would have to change some relationships, that you've got some people in your life that see you in a certain way, and if you changed how you were being and how you saw yourself, that you'd have to re-educate them or maybe let them go. Tapping the chest. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping down to the front of the ribs, even if this part of me has been holding back. Tap the side of the ribs. Allowing myself to beam and shine my true essence. Tap the inside of the wrist because I'm just not used to it. Tap the side of the thumb because, and then say what's true for you. Because people might be competing with me. Because, and then say what's true for you. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. This resistance to allowing myself to shine brightly as who and what I am. Tap the little finger. I'm allowing myself to get more comfortable. Tap the side of the hand. To release the part of me that wants to check out, go numb, tap the top of the head, run away, distract myself, tap the eyebrows. Is there any greater gift that I could give myself or others than being my true self? Tap the cheeks. I allow myself to learn to love and accept my true self. Tapping into the nose. Even if it's brand new, tapping under the lips. And these are just my first baby steps in that direction. Tapping the chest. So I want you to imagine with me that you figured out how to be yourself. You figured out how to feel comfortable in your own skin, that you've been doing this for a year and it feels amazing. I want you to describe, as you tap the front of your ribs, what it's like to be there. What is your life like? How do you feel in your body? Tap the side of the ribs. Tapping the inside of the wrist. How do people interact with you now that you feel calm and natural and radiant in your natural essence? Tap the side of the thumb. Maybe some people love it and maybe some people don't. Is that okay? That not everyone likes the same piece of fruit, the same piece of music, the same piece of art, the same person? But some people really love it and really appreciate it and feel really impacted and inspired by the example of you being your relaxed, natural, true self. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Your clear, audacious, bold, wild, alive, true self. Tap your little finger. You're well-boundaried, well-spoken, standing up for yourself. Tap the side of the hand. Able to feel your worth. To feel the joy and the humor coming through, even when people question or seem unsure of how to interact with you. Tapping the top of the head. Imagine again, how does it feel in your body to have already figured this out? You're like, yeah. What are you noticing? And tap the eyebrows. Maybe there's an ease in your mind, that there's a quietness in your thoughts. Maybe a relaxation in the body. I give myself permission to grow into the light that I am. Tap the chest. I accept the parts of me that are still a little shy, that feel vulnerable or nervous about this idea. Just accepting for now any parts of you that still feel kind of new. Tapping the front of the ribs and imagine again. You tapped on this 1 or 2 times, 3 or 4 times, a dozen times, whatever it took, and then suddenly you were just like, yeah, I just stopped worrying about how I looked and what I sounded like and what people thought of me, and I felt so accepting of myself that it really didn't matter if other people accepted me or not. And that created a really beautiful connection with the people who get it. Tap the side of the thumb. I give myself the stability of accepting who and what I am. Say that 3 times, tapping the index finger. I give myself the stability of accepting who and what I am. Tap the middle finger. I don't have to understand it, but I am relaxing into it. Tap the bottom of the 4th finger. It's okay that it's new. It's okay that I've never been here before. Tap the little finger. I have my whole lifetime to explore this. Tap the side of the hand. And I might continue to evolve and grow beyond whatever I've thought of myself in the past. Tapping the top of the head, I allow myself to shine, to be seen, to see myself. Tap the eyebrows. Tapping the temples, to be recognized. Tapping the cheeks. And breathe. Tapping into the nose. I allow myself to recognize myself. Tapping into the lips. To give myself the possibility of enjoying my own becoming. Tapping all over the body, I am enjoying my own becoming. And that is enough. So just notice how you're feeling. If you're live with us, pop it in the chat. You're welcome to journal right now about something that you've learned or felt or you want to acknowledge. Sometimes I like to leave little post-it notes for myself to remind myself of who I am and what I'm doing, and to keep that in the forefront of my mind, to put that where I can see it and remember, oh yeah, that thought, oh yeah, this becoming, oh yeah, this is my growth edge, this is where I'm hanging out, until that stabilizes and allows me to live in that territory. So I'd love to hear how you're doing. Leah says, my 4-year-old just said she looks like a fairy. Karen C says, I feel grounded, expansive, clear. Maddie says, feeling like water. That's yummy. Now that list that we wrote at the beginning, I want you to have another look at it. Change the numbers that you wrote off in the side. Some of those numbers may have gone down. Some of them maybe you were actually kind of numb to and you underestimated. Maybe they went up. But if you want bonus points, do this tap again on the things that haven't been said yet. You can use this video to do it. You can also guide yourself very easily, just tapping through the points on any random order. You don't have to do the sequence that I've taught you. Your meridians don't care what order you do them in. This is a very flexible and forgiving process. Again, it's so simple. All you have to do is accept that for now, this is what you thought. This is what you've been telling yourself. This is how you've been feeling. These have been your fears. You can accept each one for about 120 seconds. You're going to find those numbers go down, 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 and disappear. And when they do that, guess what? You get to show up differently because it feels natural and safe for you to be yourself, which actually feels really good. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do when we're shopping. That's what we're trying to do when we're styling ourselves. That's what we're trying to do when we're in relationship. It's like, basically, we want to be seen as ourselves. We want to express as ourselves. We want to be loved and accepted as ourselves. If you want the world to accept and love you, we start from the inside out. I accept and love me. And then however the world is interacting with me, great. I guarantee you, the world actually secretly really likes people who feel safe to be themselves. We call them stars. We call them celebrities. They show up the way they do, unapologetically, wild, strange, unique, interesting, quiet, calm, grounded. We see this in people that we think are like spiritual stars, like gurus or teachers. But really what we really like is just that they're being themselves, whatever that unique design is. And when enough of us do it, it lights up the whole world. Okay, let's see. I'm going to look some more here at the chat. Koba says, I feel clearer. Is, I think I'm saying that right, says, thank you. This day is a holy day in Islam and Kabbalah. Yes, it is. What a beautiful topic for a holy day, yeah? Koba says, realizing I need a couple more days to integrate the metamorphosis I'm going through, needing to communicate my needs to my team. Kirsten says, super messy, cracked open. I've got some more work to do to complete the process. Thank you, Sonya. Mark says, my hands got super clammy and sweaty, and I found myself being more aware of the excuses I make for shying away for doing the things I really want to try to achieve. Good. Eve says, I feel more embodied and joyful. Marina says, thank you. I'm enjoying the journey of who I'm becoming. Serena says, these topics always feel so spot on for my life. I'm feeling more at peace and grounded in who and how I am. 7 down to a 4. Sonya, I always super appreciate how you word the affirmations. They resonate so deeply with me. Thank you. I'm just listening to the field, and that's what's coming out. So Diana says, wow, thanks, Sonya. How do you do it? Always feels like you're talking just to me, and I bet lots, if not all the rest of us, feel the same. Thank you. And again, Diana, I'm just listening to the field, and the field is us, whoever is here and whoever will be here. And that's my prayer, that whoever is coming is getting what they need. So I'm glad that that's working. Joy says, to be able to transcend my fears and to be fully vulnerable in joy and self-expression, fully free, no second guessing or self-shaming. Thank you. Barbara says, the hour went by so fast, I see an evening of contemplation. Good. Tara says, I have deep gratitude for this session. There is a lot going on inside me, whispers of a possibility for deeper self-love and acceptance. Mark S. says, I passed out. That was powerful. That means you need to do the tap again, and maybe you want to stand up and walk around while you do it, right? Because whenever we're passing out, the nervous system is being like, don't listen, it will change everything. So you especially want to get yourself to listen, even if you have to go throw water on yourself every 5 minutes. Tracy Kama says, bring the gentleness and acceptance to myself, continuing to dive deeper after this. Audrey says, I love these sessions. I look forward to every Monday. Self-care time. Wow, so many comments. Your intuition for topic was spot on. Devora says, I did a beautiful chant before and just accelerated the tapping. Wow, Kundalini activated. Such gratitude. And Mariah says, powerful tap. Well, thank you for being here with me. I love you all. This is the part where I say, hey, remember to donate to the circle. It really helps. Sometimes we get $20, $50, $100, coming in from different people, and we're super happy about that. So thank you for helping me keep my team funded and keep this movement moving and keep our rates as low as possible to be able to take in as many people who are in need of that financial break. worldtappingcircle.com/donate is the link. The link is up in the chat. Click the link if you want to donate to us. And I want also for you to remember that I do have a bunch of online courses. I've just kind of started remembering to tell you that they exist. They're all really deep, really powerful. There's a link here. It says find the right one for you. So if you want to go deeper on any subject, these are 2-hour, 4-hour, sometimes longer, deep dives in certain topics. Money, prosperity, love, relationships. There's a whole chakra clearing one that's about 14 hours, about 2 hours on each chakra. So think about giving yourself one of those to keep this momentum moving. And then I'm going to leave you with a beautiful song that I heard this week at dance that really opened my heart, and I'm going to play it for you now. It's a song by actually someone who came to my training and is a superstar musician, and I hear that work that she did on herself reflected through these lyrics and turned into pure medicine for all of us. Her name is Ayla Nero, and this song is Grace Fully. You can find her on Spotify. Thank you so much for being with me. I love you, and I'll see you in the circle.
Gracefully falling down like a river, like the water running on, moving the mountainside. You are stronger, you can shape it. Gracefully falling down like a river, like the water running on, moving the mountainside. You are stronger, you can shape it. And as you get to the fire, so be made. Steam and ember into spires. Circle of stones, boulders broken, so you can hold them, so you can hold all these bones of old. Stories spoken, so you can be them, so we can breathe. Gracefully falling down like a river, like the water running on, moving the mountainside. You are stronger, you can shape it. Gracefully falling down like a river, like the water running on, moving the mountainside. You are stronger, you can shape it. In like a wave, out like a sign. Catch it on the wind, deep into your longing. Trench of tears offered open, so you can give them, so you can give to the ocean old. Moving moment, so we can hear them, so